The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
There you go, Pete. Nice! Nice! That was awesome! Whoa, he's still up! That was so cool! That was the most sideways he probably has ever gone.
Yeah, you're good. Really late, really late.
Really late, really late. There's a psychopathic laugh for you. I get excited out there. What's going on, everybody? Coming your way after this surf session here. I got too much stuff going on at once. Hey, I think something just happened. I think my screen just died. I think, hopefully I'm on live. Hopefully I'm on live. I don't know what happened. My monitor just made a noise and went, phew. Did the computer die? No. Hold on. I think my computer just died. You guys hang right there. If I am live, I'll be right there. Well, that's weird. I don't know how I'm on the air because all of my equipment died. Okay. Hold on, I'll be with you guys in a second, I guess. Okay. All right. I don't know what happened. Oh, you know what? I think I might know what happened. Oh, rough start though. Rough start. Okay. Thank you, Joni. Joni, let me know I'm on the air. Okay. I'm here. My computer's just made that noise that warned me that absolutely nothing was happening, which is, not a good noise to hear when you're trying to start the show. Hold on. Where's I'm going to get my music going. There we go. Music. Gonna go to the side angle camera again and start. Let's pretend that didn't happen. We'll just pretend that one didn't happen right there and start it all over again. Hey everybody, what's going on? It's the Blind Surfer Show. I'm your host, Pete, and I started very smoothly. No issues here. None at all, I swear.
Dan Fangle 420 said very true, not frozen.
What is frozen? I wonder what was frozen. Oh, you know what? I think that doesn't matter. We seem to be on the air now. Joni told me I'm on the air, so I am here with you guys. I've had so much going on today. I was
At Joni BC said, hey, tech happens.
Tech does happen, and sometimes it happens good,
At Benny
but not always.
1932 asks, hey brother, can
Yep.
you see me?
No, I can't see you. You being a wise ass? I'm
At Sarah Cam
blind guy. I can't see
7808
anything.
said, hope everyone is having a good evening.
I also hope everyone is having a good evening. Let me,
At Xerxes_CMP Lee tip $5 through Super Chat. Or the GOAT I love you as Optimus Prime.
What up, Xerxes? I mean, that's a heck of a way to start the show, making me feel better about starting a little rough. I appreciate that.
At law_may_y_query_Cisa tip $5 through Super Chat. I Drummond the Lynn Penguin. Sneak later who said you could make blind soap. If it's blind soap, how can it effectively get you clean? Lol.
Well,
Love ya.
I guess I'll explain that whole thing to you guys. I was going to get into it a little bit later, but since everybody's being so generous with the super chats right off the bat, and you're checking out my new buddy over there, Petey the Penguin, I've got so much other stuff to talk about, but this is something I've been working on for a year. People like the blind guy unboxings, and it's because everybody's so reliant on looking at stuff and seeing stuff and just like looking at it and knowing what it is. And I'm always like during the blind guy unboxings, I'm smelling things, I'm tasting things, I'm feeling things, and I mean it's fun. Like I actually have a good time with it, and I don't actually remember right now off the top of my head what the genesis of the idea was, but I'm kind of a big fan of. Let's see what this is.
At SarahCam7808 tip $3 through Super Chat.
Thanks, Sarah.
Let's keep the Super Chats going.
Yeah, I mean, off to a heck of a start right here. We got 3 already. That's kind of impressive. I appreciate it. I'm a big fan of like good smells. Oh, I did it again. Starting another show with my fly down. Every damn show, fly down. I might as well just make it my thing. Call it a fashion trend. Pete's flies down all the time.
At Susie RQ3FO said Petey the Penguin has amazing glasses.
He does, doesn't he? I feel like we match. I think he and I should be matching with our spectacles. So Petey the Penguin is a rock hopper penguin, and Banana will tell you more about him tomorrow. She basically picked the mascot for the new company, Blind Penguin Soap, and I just love the idea because I've been to like street fairs, I've been to events, people mail me stuff all the time, and they're like, hey, can you tell what something is by smelling it? Or by tasting it. And when you don't know, I swear, like if someone gives you like a strawberry gummy bear and you don't know it's a strawberry, you're like, I don't know, I think it's grape, maybe raspberry, maybe strawberry. It's knowing what something is and then smelling it, which is what everybody does that has sight, is this totally different experience than just smelling something and then trying to figure out what it is. So I thought, how cool would it be to come up with a line of fragrances that people had to smell and try and figure out what they were. And I didn't want to get into like the perfume business. I don't want to be like Pete's Cologne or anything like that. Because the idea of this soap, I've been working on this for like a year. I've been working with tons of fragrances and combining them all together. And I've been making scents that like you should recognize. There's candy scents, there's like pastry scents, there's bakery scents, and the whole thing is, did I leave a bottle up here? I thought I did. Oh, it fell over. Let's see what this one is. I'll finish explaining.
At Chris Stalk Stearns tip $10
Hey,
through
Crystal,
Super
what's
Chat.
going on?
Hi Pete.
Hey,
Hope
Crystal.
you're well. I'm still hanging in and fighting the medals.
Yeah, she had some metal poisoning in her body because of a joint replacement that was recalled and didn't go well, and pretty messed up circumstance. But yeah, glad to hear that you're hanging in there. Super appreciate the super chat. Super chats are going off today. It's $3 or more on YouTube, and you get your message read out loud like that. If you're over on Twitch at Pete Gustin, it's 200 bits or more. Same thing. They should get read out loud over there. So there's 9 different scents that I came up with for Blind Penguin Soap. And the scent is beneath this sticker. It says peel to reveal on it, and it's another sticker, which was, God, making the labels was so impossibly difficult. But I'm not going to reveal one because I don't want to give it away. But once you sniff it and once you take a whiff and you think you know what it is, and you should be able to guess what these are, you can peel to reveal the scent that it's on there. And Petey the Penguin's going to be doing something that kind of it goes along with the scent. Banana did a ton of design work on this. We are literally making these things by hand. I just thought it would be fun. I literally thought it would just be like a fun little thing to do, and I didn't realize it would turn out to be like the world's biggest project. But Brooks made the website for us, and it's blindpenguin.com. You should see the little banner for it down there, blindpenguin.com. If you're on YouTube horizontal, you can actually buy it right within the description. I think it's fun. I think it's going to be super fun for people to smell these things, try and figure out what they are, and have a good time with them. So that's who Petey is. Petey the Penguin. He's the mascot of the Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap Company. We'll talk about that more tomorrow and in the weeks to come. I don't want to, like I said, I don't want to beat you guys up with it. I did want to say, oh, look at that.
Piggy Boy 679 just followed.
Thanks, Piggy. But was it Piggy Boy? I don't want to be calling you Piggy Boy if your name isn't Piggy Boy. It might have been Higgy Boy. That I love the British guy. The what's his name? I forget it. It doesn't matter. He's not real. It's a robot voice. But I love the way he sounds. But a lot of times I'm not quite sure what he's saying. So either Higgy Boy or Piggy Boy. Just give me a follow over on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, definitely give me a follow or subscribe. You get your name read out loud by the mystery robot voice, and then I'll try and figure it out. We had a hype train last Wednesday, went to level 8. I thought the thing only went to level 5. We had some really generous people donating like dozens of subscriptions over there. So that was a lot of fun on Twitch last week. We had 20,000 viewers total in the first hour when Twitch had us on the front page, and then we picked up an additional 2,000 as Brooks and I ate food. That was such a weird show. Brooks and I were just sitting because we weren't planning on doing a 4-hour show, but we ended up going for 4 hours, and Banana ordered us pizza and wings, and you guys joined us for that whole adventure. Might do that again because I feel like people for some reason enjoyed it. 4th of July adventures. Hopefully you guys all survived and made it through. And I did not surf on the 4th of July. I've only surfed a couple times on the 4th of July. And it's because the first time we went down there on the 4th of July, Banana and I, and we were with Josh as well.
Jewel W5L said hi.
Hi, what's going on? So I do have the text-to-speech, the regular text-to-speech running on occasion. If you guys have a comment to say, if you're on Twitch or Facebook or YouTube, the comments may or may not get read out loud from the text-to-speech lady. You can actually, if I press that button right there, you can see the chat messages.
One says he can't read our messages, it reads it out to him.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's true. I can't read them, but I hear them.
Says, hey Pete, hope you are having a good night.
I'm having well, the start to the show was a little rough. That wasn't super awesome, but I got it worked out, and now I'm here doing the show. The very first 4th of July, I went down there.
Curry Sissa says we need a blind surfer sent like what you...
At law_may_y_Curry_Cisa tip $3.69 through Super Chat. We need a blind surfer scent like what you use.
Like what I use. See, I mean, I use my general smell. What is it? It's like I use a body wash that I smell of, and it's like cedar and amber wood or something like that. It's like, I don't know, it's like a manly man smell. I like the smell of it. But that's not what I was going for with the Blind Penguin frothing hand soap. I was going for like fun scents, like things you'd enjoy. Like I said, like candies. Like some of my favorite candies are the scents, and mixing them was hard. But I mean, that's why it took me like a year. And then some of them are stuff that you'd get like in the bakery aisle, and there's pastry goods. Like all the smells are really, really good. Like just, they're like sweet, and you'd be like, like you want your hands and you want your bathroom to smell like these things. I made a little mini commercial for it. I ran at the beginning of the show before all the stupid technical issues happened. I'll show you that real quick. I'm proud of it. Ready? Here it is.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
There you go. Look at that. I made my own product. I voiced my own commercial, and it's on my own show. Most of the big sponsors want, the big companies out there want nothing with being, pitched by a blind surfer show. And there's so many clients out there or so many companies out there that want me to pitch stuff, and they're so terrible and cheesy, and I don't want to subject you guys to it. I figured I'd just go ahead and make my own damn product. Banana and I did it. She's doing all the work at this point, like assembling them. She puts the labels on by hand, makes the soap by hand. Anyway, 4th of July. we went down to the beach, and it was so effing crowded. The beaches in San Diego usually, or at least where we are, up in North County, you can usually find a spot to yourself. But we went down there on the 4th of July. It was I think probably our second year out here, and we were just looking for a spot where it wasn't going to be that crowded. And Banana was hanging out on the beach, and Josh and I went out surfing, and the waves were huge. The rip was kind of huge, and I wasn't very good yet. I was just kind of like getting my feet under me in terms of surfing, and I got separated from Josh.
At Smoking Cool said be full.
Be full, Smoking Cool.
At Rick Foreman 2421 said would love to see you drive.
No, you don't. That would be terrible. I mean, I did. There's a.
At Riping 91D said we now have an 11-week-old Great Dane puppy who is blind.
Oh, that's
Her
interesting.
mother developed mastitis and it transferred to her eyes and caused her to go completely blind before her eyes opened.
I've never had a blind puppy. I am the
At
blind
Smoking
puppy.
Cool said BFK.
BFK. Bfk.
At Smoking
I don't know
Cool
what
said
that
been
is.
following you for a while.
Oh, maybe they started to write "been following you for a while." There's a video out there. There's a long form video called "Do I Drive Better or Surf Better?" or something like that. It's Surfing Blind episode 5 or 6. So I mean, you can watch me drive in that one. I think the short is called "Can a Blind Guy Drive?" And we literally just go to I don't even make it all the way to the end of my street. I'm in Banana's car, which is extraordinarily expensive. It's an Audi A6, and I was petrified to put a scratch on the thing. And I didn't actually hit the gas. I didn't know this as a non-driver. If you take your feet, I mean, you guys all know this, anybody that's ever driven a car, if you take your foot off of the brake, you start to go forward, which I was unaware of. I thought you had to actually press the gas. But we were going forward at like 2 or 3 miles an hour, and he's like, left, straight, and I was like, this is terrible, this is horrifying. And I like cut the wheel to the right and just kind of like parked it on the side of the road, because I had absolutely no interest in trying to drive that car anywhere, because it's terrifying and I could ruin her car. Or it's not like Josh wouldn't let me get into a car accident or run over somebody else, but yeah, I don't have any interest in driving, none at all, way too scary. So yeah, we went down to the beach on our first 4th of July out here. I think it was like 2017 or 18 or something like that. Found a little spot to surf. I get separated from Josh, but I'm like, I'm just going to keep surfing. And I catch this huge wave. It was surfing waves that were way bigger than I was ready to be surfing at that time. And I just got to the bottom of it and just got exploded. And this dude comes paddling over to me, and he's like, "Get the F out of here." And I'm like, huh? Like I wasn't even sure he was talking to me. I could kind of like, like you can tell someone's like voice is pointed in your direction sometimes. And I'm like, me? And he's like, "Yeah, get the F out of here. Get out of this spot." I'm like, all right. I'm like, what's wrong? He's like, "You don't know what you're doing. Get off the wave." And I was like, all right, fine. And actually, then I realized that I was like pretty separated from Josh. And I told the guy, I'm like, "I'm actually blind." It said it on my shirt at the time. I was like, "I'm blind. I don't know where my coach is." And he's like, "Well, get him over here and get you out of here." And I was like, all right. And I didn't tell Josh about it when we were in the water, because I was kind of too like taken aback, maybe a little, and I was a little freaked out by the situation. But when we got onto the shore, I told Josh about it, and he was like ready to go find the guys and like beat them up. He's like, "Who told you can't surf here?" But it's because it was really crowded down there on the 4th of July, and we thought we found like this little peak where we could surf, and it would be all right. But those guys thought the same thing, and I was on their peak, and they were way more aggressive, just aggro surfers, and they're like, "Get the hell out of here." And then I did go back, I think 2 years later, I went back and surfed somewhere close with Brooks, and he didn't tell me. He kind of found a spot for us. We went down there like super early, and he thought he found a spot where it wasn't going to be all that crowded for us to surf. And then I kind of hear him going like 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm counting all the people out here." I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "There's that." And he's like, "I'm going to stop at 100. And normally when we out there and surf, we surf with like, I mean, if we can help it, we surf with 0 people around us. A lot of times we surf like 2, maybe 4 people around us. On an extremely crowded day, if it's hard to find a spot, maybe there's 12 people around, but there was like over 100 people where we were. And he basically, he didn't want to send me on anything. It was way too crowded to be safe. I think I got one, maybe two waves that day because there was no safe way for me to catch a wave and like navigate through that whole crowd. So 4th of July, not really the best day for me to go out there and try and surf. It's way too crowded. So I took the 4th of July off this year and we just celebrated here. We had a couple parties. We had one on the 3rd of July, one on the 4th of July. Oh, that 4th of July too, when we were out there with like over 100 people, there was a shark.
At Shy Lewis VL4VX said what?
What? Shy Lewis? That robot voice is like
At
inconsistent.
Shiny Wizard 8705 asks, were all 100 surfing?
I mean, yeah. Like they were
At
all
Michael
on
Bedrummer
surfboards.
said, heya,
Heya.
blind surfer.
Hey,
It's my birthday today.
oh,
Turned 22.
Oh, that's cool. Happy birthday to
At L.T.
you.
Iron Fox said, nice skateboard you got there.
Yeah,
looks
look.
upside down.
No, it's not, is
You
it?
fell
It's upside.
backwards, so it looks upside down.
Wait, is it upside down? I can't tell if he's
At
messing with
Smoking
me.
Cool said, you inspire me, Pete.
That's cool. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean there were
At
100.
Joni BC said, living the vast majority of my life in San Diego. I think I went to the beach on the March 4th times.
Yeah, it was. I want to bring this up because I'm slouching because the microphone every week the microphone gets droopier and droopier. There we go. Now I can actually and so LT he's complimenting the skateboard over there because he made it. He designed it and it did fall. It fell down this week. I was laying on the couch. I was laying this way and the thing fell and hit me on the head. I thought I put it upside right. If it's upside down, well, that just makes it more interesting for everybody to try and figure out what the heck it is. I still don't know exactly what it is. I've heard it's
Even when you could see when you were younger.
oh, I missed that one. Even when I could see when I was younger, it's apparently some abstract art and has I don't know. You guys can see it. What do you need a blind guy describing it to you for? There's a lot of cool stuff going on in the skateboard design. And yes, the person that asked was everybody surfing? Yeah, there was like 110, 120. Like I said, Brooks stopped counting after 100. There was well over 100 people out there surfing. And it was a good day. There were plenty of waves coming through. And I'm assuming that everybody was like basically party waving. But when you got 2, 3, or 4 people on a wave, everybody has to be aware of where they are. And then it's not like 100 people are out there and everybody's going in like one at a time. There's waves all over the place and there's people going in on it. And so, if I was to catch a wave, someone could be paddling out. It was way too much. It was like way too busy. But that same day, I remember Brooks told me, he's like, there's a shark out here. And I heard people like up and down the lineup. They're like, shark, 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 shark. Like the information was getting passed down the whole lineup and people could see it in the fin. And I asked Brooks, I'm like, should we go in? He's like, why? I'm like, because there's a shark. And he's like, yeah, well, there's 100 other people out here. You basically just have to be the not slowest one. I was like, well, what if I am the slowest one? He's like, there's too many people. It's not going to like come eat you right now. I was like, all right. I mean, apparently he tells me that we surf with sharks like not terribly infrequently. Like I'm out there with sharks, not on the regular, but not on the irregular. And he's like, you can't paddle in every single time that there's a shark out there because then you'd just be paddling in all the time.
Jackie 6391 said, man, I can see and couldn't do surfing and skateboard ing.
Well,
Hope you have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, it's
At
certainly.
James Gardner PZ3RL said, hi.
Hi, what's going on? Surfing, I skated before I lost my eyesight, and that certainly became a lot more difficult after I lost my eyesight. I've never known surfing with good eyesight. I mean, when I picked it up in 2016, when I very first went out there for the first time, I kind of had the ability to look and see if the wave was raising, like if the ocean was raising a little bit. I could kind of detect when the waves were coming, but I lost that ability pretty fast. I mean, definitely within the first year of me surfing. So I don't even know what it would be like to surf with vision. I assume it would be easier. Not even assume. I know it would be. I know it'd be a lot easier to surf with vision. It is very difficult going out there and orienting myself and trying to figure out what's going on and avoiding people and reading waves. Knowing if it's a left, if it's a right, if it's breaking, when it's breaking. But that day, the shark was out there, no issues. But I read a story today. We're always talking about the hazards out here in San Diego, sharks and stingrays or bat rays. Those effers will stab you with their barbed tails and inject venom into you, and they hurt like hell. But I read a story. It was like a week old at this point. It was June 27th, and I think it was Marin Florida, I think it was. There was an 11-year-old boy that was like at a fishing spot with his family. And you hear about this story? And it was a fishing spot, but there were gators there, apparently, alligators, because this poor kid, poor little 11-year-old kid, he had his right arm out over the boat, and he was about to drop a fish back into the water, a catch and release thing. And as he was getting ready to do that, an alligator popped out of the water and clamped down on his arm. And the dad was on the boat with him, and paternal instincts. Holy hell! I mean, if this happened to like Brooks, I could see, I don't know if I'd be jumping in the water to wrestle an alligator. But this guy, he was an 11-year-old son, so yeah, he went in there to rescue him, and he like got in the water on top of the gator and was trying to pry his mouth open, and I guess as soon as he started to do that, the alligator went into that barrel roll, the death roll thing that they do. And what he did was he basically broke every bone in this poor 11-year-old kid's arm. And the father did wrestle him away from the alligator, but when they got him to the hospital, the arm was so effed up that they had to amputate the kid's right hand, which is just, you're just down there the week before 4th of July fishing in Florida, and a stupid gator comes up and gets you. That's got to be absolutely horrifying. Just some monster from the deep jumps out of the water.
18 says, oh.
Oh, I like it when I pop into the middle of the chat and it's like, oh, or yes, it was, something like that. That is a follow on
Fernando Barrages
YouTube.
8747 says, of course he does.
Of course I do.
At Billitha Dramera School says, hi, I love your videos and you inspire me.
Thank
I
you.
can't see this SRY.
Well, I heard
At
it,
Orange
so
18 says, I don't have good memory.
I have very good
At
memory.
Smocking Cool says, I do the same thing for my boys.
Yeah, if your kid was
Sunrose
getting
8 says, poor kid.
chomped
Sarah
on by a gator, you'd hop in.
7808 says, as a mom, that's so terrifying.
Yeah.
At Kathimaki 6391 says, first time I saw the ocean.
Oop.
I'm original.
Let's see
At
what that is.
L.T._Iron Fox tipped $5 through Super Chat. I just now found out you're live on my Twitch channel because I'm offline and you're one of my recommended channels. That's
Oh.
awesome.
I'm on. Oh, I didn't know that even worked like that. So if you follow me, I show up on your Twitch channel. That's kind of funny. Don't forget to go follow me over on Twitch, like LT right there does. He's the mad honker and plays with sock puppets, and I don't even know. It sounds like he has a crazy stream, but this one's pretty fun too. Hit me up on Twitch at Pete Gustin. You'll get a little follow mention. If we get a hype train tonight, we added some extra alerts for that. Brooks was doing during one of our hype trains last week. I didn't have an earpiece in, so I didn't know it was happening. But there was a hype train going while Brooks was doing karate lessons. He used to take karate as a kid. And in the middle of our 4-hour stream last week, rather, we were both feeling a little crazy. And I was chomping on some pizza, and he started doing karate lessons. There you go.
Uniapeg just followed.
Uniapeg just followed. That is a follow on Twitch. When you do that, you get Steve's head will pop up. The voice will read it out loud. I think I'm at 2.5 million followers on YouTube and 586 followers on Twitch. I want to see if I can get to 600 tonight. That'd be very exciting. Slowly but surely, I'm going to grow that platform. Had a good meeting with the people from Twitch last week. They're very excited about my show and my content and what I'm doing with you guys. And I appreciate the support over there. But you can follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin. So much stuff to plug these days. Don't also forget to hit up blindpenguin.com. The site just went live today. Like, we just put it up there today. I'm going to be posting a video about it tomorrow. The site will come out tomorrow.
At GSUO Smokey says, love your content. Does
Thank
the
you.
unboxing has slowed down? Any chance you're going to do more?
No, it hasn't slowed down at
Sarah
all.
Cam
Not one bit.
7808 says, how you are well, LT.
The unboxings, they come out once a week, every week on Saturday. And the last one I did it's probably going to hit 1 million views. If Matea Brown is out there watching, your gift of the Stretch Armstrong version of Jabba the Hutt was pretty awesome. I mean, it's actually super cool. And the thing's big. I keep forgetting to bring it in. I'll bring it in tomorrow night to show it to Brooks, but it's like this big, and it's this really heavy, squashy Jabba the Hutt thing. And in that video, I showcased that I played Jabba the Hutt's voice and I played Optimus Prime's voice, so I had kind of a feeling that one was going to go. and do pretty well. But I think it's at like 800,000 views now, and it's probably gonna head up to 1 million, I think. So yeah, Blind Guy Unboxing every Saturday. I tried doing the long form ones. I went for 6 months. Was it March, April, May, June, July, August? No, I think it was May through October, or May through November of last year. We tried doing a long form Blind Guy Unboxing every week for 6 months. And it was a crazy amount of work. But two, like the views kept going down, like worse. Like it started at like 1,800 views, then it went to 16. And by the end of the 6 months, the long form Blind Guy Unboxing was only getting like 500 and 600 views. I'm like, what the hell? And then what we'd do is I'd take like a minute of each one and break it into a short. And those would still do 500,000, 1 million. A couple of them did like 6 million views. I'm like, this is so weird. It's the same exact content. It's the same, like, people, they'll ask, they're like, why do you do long form? I'm like, I tried doing the long form content of the Blind Guy Unboxing, and literally nobody was watching it. Same thing's happening to me right now. I'm doing the Surfing Blind. We just posted episode 9 today. It's like at 300 views. It's this whole big production of me out there surfing, and any long form video I do gets like no views at all. So I'm just a shorts guy. Yeah.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says nice penguin.
Thanks, James Gardner. I appreciate that. That's Petey the Penguin, the rock hopper penguin and mascot for Blind Penguin Soap. I really hope that I can share that stuff with you guys. I hope some people out there try and get their hands on it and get their noses on it and give it a whiff, because Banan and I have just been having a ton of fun with it, making all the sense.
Says maybe just seem there was more when I found your channel and they filled my scrolling. Keep on keeping on.
I mean, there's
6391 says short attention span.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's just kind of funny.
Live says that's exactly what's happening with me.
Because people
Ryland Atkins S6E says respectfully, how does he read chat?
Like that. That's exactly how I do it. I feel like every time I pop the chat messages on, someone is asking how I read the chat. It seems kind of ironic at the exact moment that I put it on there. Someone's like, hey, how does he read the chat? I'm like, that's exactly how I read the chat. I have all sorts of robots going. My life is just filled with robots and technology. I'm actually wearing my
Stern says robots on Twitch might not be working.
At Chris Stalk Stearns tipped $10 through Super Chat.
Oh.
Your alerts on Twitch might not be working. I donated 500 bits on Twitch. I'm Uniapeg over there and other places online.
I don't know why that would be. I don't know why those wouldn't be working on Twitch. They're supposed to. If you donate 500 bits and you have a message, I actually tested it out just the other day. It should read it out loud. I mean, it just, when we had a couple people follow on Twitch, and those messages are getting read out loud. When people subscribe, those are getting read out loud. When the hype train starts, those get read out loud. I don't know why it would not be reading the messages, but I can quote unquote look into that, I suppose. It's mildly frustrating when the technology doesn't work the way that it's supposed to, but I'll either try and look into it myself, or somebody else will look into it for me. I was talking about the gator. What was I going to tell you? Oh, has anybody ever seen an alligator
At Crystal
in
K.
person?
Stern says Twitch can be twitchy.
Yeah, Twitch can be
At
twitchy
Joni
sometimes.
BC says thanks for letting us know. Crystal,
Yeah,
I'll remind him after the show, too.
I will definitely.
Leonvic says, what is your favorite gift you got in the unboxing?
My favorite gift.
At Ashley52 says, have you ever tried to learn Braille?
Yes, didn't go well. Braille's extraordinarily difficult, and it was no.
At LT Iron Fox says it did that last week, but it didn't get read.
That's weird. Well, sorry about that. I do know a fix for that. I can fix it through Streamlabs, so I will implement that next week. I don't know why. Yeah, I'll look into it. I'll look into it and get it fixed. Learning Braille. I was trying to learn it later in life. I was trying to learn it when I was like 19 years old, and it was just like I spent forever learning Braille 1, just learning the letters of the alphabet. And after like months of doing that, and someone told me it was like, that was just Braille 1. Now it's Braille 2. And I was like, oh God. And I was like super slow at it. And it wasn't going to add any value to my life. I thought I would need to learn how to use it. But as it turns out, just a few years later, they invented robots.
He said sorry for asking about the chat.
That's okay. I mean, people are curious. People
At
don't.
Crystal K. Stern said it's okay.
No, thank you. I mean, if you're donating money on Twitch, it should get read out loud. I would like it to get read out loud. So I apologize that it's not. I will get it taken care of. My hobby.
Adele.T Iron Fox said Florida has Gatorland.
Yeah, I've heard of Gatorland.
With-
Basically, my hobby is doing technical support. Like I'm always doing something tech related for this basically just for the show. I kind of like it. I like troubleshooting. I like figuring things out. I like the text to speech makes it possible for me to work on the computer and troubleshoot and figure things out. Like I was responsible for I didn't do the graphics, but I set up the little scrolling graphics either over here if you're in landscape or if you're in vertical. I think it's like I think it's down here. I think it's lower, but it's doing the little blindpenguin.com wash your hands test your nose thing. Like I figured out how to set that stuff up. I figured out how to do the slideshow on it. Like I enjoy technology and I like interacting with it. LT was saying that Gatorland is in Florida. I was in Florida. God, it was years ago. I still had a little bit of vision. Like nothing was very clear. Like I could see like the outline of a person if they were within like 5 or 7 feet. But I was at a Disneyland resort and we were having breakfast one morning, me and the girlfriend I was with, and it was this wooden deck that was out over a little body of water. And we're sitting there having breakfast and she pointed out to me, she's like, there's like two eyes or like two nostrils or maybe like two of each, like slowly coming towards us. And fortunately the deck wasn't like deck to water. It was like a deck, our little table, and there was a fence with a total like what's it called, like chicken wire basically, or like the fancier version of chicken wire. So the thing wasn't going to like jump out and get us. But we're sitting there having our breakfast, and it wasn't that huge. It was like a 3-foot gator, 3.5-foot gator. He's like kind of like staring at us from the water, and then he walks up, and I'm like, oh God, is he gonna like walk around and come up on the breakfast area with us? But that was all obviously the people at Disney World. I said land before. I was in Disney World in Florida. Thought about that. They were going to let the gators come in and eat their guests. But the dude, he came out of the water and he went up on the land, and it was like, I mean, if I like reached over the fence and like dropped like my food on him, it would have like landed on his head. He was that close. And that was the first time I'd ever been like around a gator. And those things are absolutely terrifying. There's just monsters from the prehistoric era. I can't believe that story, that poor kid. And it's probably not, I can't imagine it's the only time. I heard stories in the past, like, especially they're always like in Florida, I think, people out walking their dogs and the gators will just jump out of the water and grab a dog and bring it into the water and do the death roll thing. I'm like, oh my God. When we were in Boston, Banan and I considered a few different places to move to. We, just had the opportunity. I was working for myself, full-time voice acting. And I was like, oh, we could go to a warm climate. We could go to Florida. We looked in Fort Lauderdale. I don't think I ever would have become the blind surfer down there. The waves are not that great. We looked at a really nice place on a river, or an inlet. It was an inlet, had its own dock, and everybody in that neighborhood had like boats on the dock. It seemed really cool, but they were talking about gators even back then. I was like, I don't want gators. We looked in Vegas for half a second. It wasn't Banana style. She had no interest in being in Vegas. Then we considered LA, and LA was just like way too busy and crowded. And we already lived in a city. We'd lived in Boston, and we didn't want to go from like one city in one side of the country to just another city on the other side of the country. So we picked North County, San Diego, because it was like a total switch, little beach town community, and no alligators, like none, like that. Just the I don't want to be around.
They are so
They
terrifying.
sound like
I can't
horrifying
imagine being
monsters.
one of those people who just pet them when they come up to you.
I've heard of that too. Like people like an alligator comes up and they like
At
make
Crystal
friends
K.
with
Stern
it.
says we had an alligator living in the pond near my apartment years ago in Oklahoma City.
That's
At
crazy.
Hathimaki 6391 says saw a group of gamers at the Phoenix Zoo walkout platform, and they were definitely waiting for something to drop. So prehistoric, like Quint says in Jaws. Doll's eye scary.
I wonder if you meant gamers or if you meant gators. Gamers waiting for something to drop is definitely something that happens, but a bunch of gators waiting for something to drop makes more sense in the context of that story, I suppose. I had when I was living in a suburb.
Margarita Mitchell 1829 says hello from beautiful British Columbia.
Columbia.
Canada. Most shark attacks in Florida, 900 per year. Almost all shark attacks in USA, Florida.
900 per year? That's crazy. 900 per year in Florida? That's a lot. Hold on. Hey, Meta, how many shark attacks per year happen in Massachusetts? Are my glasses not on? I thought I had my glasses on. Hey, Meta, are you there? Stupid glasses. I was wearing the Meta glasses so they could give me some info. Oh, they literally disconnected. That's great. I kept them on so they could give me messages. These are the Meta Vanguard smart glasses, which apparently aren't all that smart. Yeah, they're not even. Hello, did they die? Wait, let's see if I can press any buttons and get them to come to life. Nope, they are completely dead. No, I feel like. Oh, no, now they're coming on. Now they're coming to life. Battery 100%. Hey, Meta, how many shark attacks are in Massachusetts every year?
Only one pair of glasses can be active at a time. Fold the arms on your other pair to continue.
I'm only wearing one pair of glasses. Hey, Meta, what time is it?
It's 7:23 p.m.
Hey, Meta, how many shark attacks happen in Massachusetts every year?
Good question. Checking the numbers. Shark attacks in Massachusetts are really rare. Since 1965, there have only been about 4 reported attacks total in the state, and most years there are 0. The last fatal one was way back in 1936.
Is that true? That's crazy because I keep hearing. All right, stop talking. Hey, Meta, stop talking. I keep hearing about all the. I keep hearing about all of the shark sightings in Cape Cod, especially in Massachusetts. I guess it's good if people are there's a lot of sightings, but they're not attacking people. That's better than what did Crystal say? 900 per year in Florida. That's absolutely bonkers. I'm even more glad I didn't move there. Now my glasses just made the sad noise. They went boo. Is it still connected? No,
At Blazers 13 Daleks 5150 asks Palm Beach Pete, is it you?
Palm Beach Pete is not
At
me.
Bread Bexy said hi.
Hi, what's up, Bread Bexy? What the heck was I just about to tell you guys? I don't remember what I was. Oh, So I put these things on today basically because I've demonstrated it a bunch of times where I've shown you Chat GPT and you can open up the live chat feature so you can talk to it. You can like have a conversation with it, and then there was an option called live video feed, and it would look at stuff for me, which was extraordinarily helpful for me as a blind guy. Like I told the story. I used it to help me find a package that was dropped off in my courtyard, and I couldn't exactly locate it. I've used it to troubleshoot tech, and when stuff was on the screen, I couldn't read it. I set up my Sony camera with it. I've been using ChatGPT's live video feed like nonstop to help me out with stuff that I can't see. And then just out of the blue, just completely out of the blue, they decided to discontinue it. I went to like find the feature. I was tapping on the screen where it used to be, and it was just saying camera or photo. And I'm like, where's live video feed? And I did some Googling today, and I found out that ChatGPT discontinued that feature, which is really like the only reason I was even remotely excited about AI. It was having a pair of functional robot eyeballs on hand was helping me with so many things. I'm sure it was like resource intensive and it was probably costing a lot of money to run it. But they just completely discontinued it. So I am told, and they gave no actual reason why and didn't say when it's going to be coming back. So I was totally out on ChatGPT. These glasses, the Meta Vanguard glasses, if I press what is it, like the second button here, it'll activate live AI. I said its name, now it thinks I'm talking to it. And it'll do its version of live. Oh, 900 unprovoked shark bites since 1837, or is that 1937?
Message from Joni Hunt saying, Florida has had 900 unprovoked shark bites since 1837.
Since
It's not
1837.
here.
Okay.
It's taken almost 200 years to get to 900.
It's taken almost 200 years to get to 900. All right, maybe I heard Crystal's one incorrect, but still 900 unprovoked shark attacks since 1837 in Florida is the information I'm getting here. I still don't like those chances. I don't want to end up in a shark's mouth. I got enough troubles. I'd like to keep all of my limbs. I'd like to keep my head attached to my head. I don't want a shark turning me into a snack. People ask me when I die, do I want to have my ashes spread out in the ocean? I have not figured out what the heck I want to do when I die. I've totally not been able to make a call on that, but I feel like I don't want to be fish food for some reason. Like it's a YouTube follow. Thank you. I appreciate that. For some reason, like I'm spending a lot of my life like being out in the water, trying not to get eaten by a shark while I'm alive. I don't know if I want my ashes to be like just thrown out to sea and then have some little fish come along and gobble me up and then I turn into fish poop. I mean, I guess I shouldn't care because I'll be dead, but it seems unpleasant. I'll have to figure out that at some point, but hopefully not anytime soon.
$13,5150 says Blinzer for Cassia Stream. Let's go.
What does that mean? Cassia Stream. I don't know what a Cassia Stream is. I'm yapping to you guys on all the platforms tonight. We are on YouTube, horizontal and vertical. I'm on Twitch, horizontal and vertical. I'm on TikTok. You know, TikTok has actually been the only platform that is a fan of my surfing blind videos. I was telling you before, I'm posting like a semi-long form video every week. It's a horizontal video. Usually between...
Stern says, I've heard there is a program where ashes can be used to help develop coral reefs.
Oh, well,
and Chucklenuts 2000 says W Penguin.
Thank you. I'm glad you like my penguin, Petey the Penguin. Us with our matching glasses, or about as matching as they can get. He's actually wearing the glasses that I used to wear that I've been wearing for the show for like the past like 8 months or so. I put on the Meta Vanguards today because I thought they would be helpful, and it turns out all they're doing is being mildly annoying. So I was saying, oops, sorry, I killed that one. So I post that long form, 3.5 minute surfing video, and the only platform that serves it, like the only one that it gets views on, is on TikTok. Actually, TikTok usually gets like at least 1,000 views. This is what I noticed. TikTok actually likes my surfing videos and likes my voiceover videos. Instagram only likes my voiceover videos. If I have a video with voiceover, like Instagram, that does really well over there. YouTube, and this actually I had someone from YouTube do like an analysis of my channel. I didn't ask them to. They like to try and figure out like what is successful about successful channels. And they told me that there were 2 things that got the most attention on YouTube, and one of them was kind of a bummer because I feel like I mostly try to avoid this, but they said the number one thing that makes my video successful on YouTube is controversy, like the controversial videos, which I guess isn't really that super surprising because I mean, when my very first video that went big, like I've been doing full length, long form surfing videos for, let's see, March 15 to 16 months before I posted the gym girl video. And they considered that one a controversy one because I was a blind guy in a gym and I was being told by the manager that I had to stop staring at women even though I was blind. That was technically what they would call a controversial video, I guess. But in terms of my surfing videos on YouTube, I can't buy views. I literally can't buy views for the surfing videos. But for the people that watch them, thank you. I appreciate it. And I mean, it's what I love doing. It's kind of saved my life getting out there.
Sunshine 3914 says YouTube pushes videos 13 minutes or longer. That way they can throw 4-6 ads in.
13 minutes or longer. I mean, I suppose I could make a 13-minute surfing video, but
Joni BC says if you posted almost all long-form videos, you'd have your audience trained to watch long-form because you do more shorts. That's what gets the fancy working eyeballs.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm trying to do a little mix of everything. Doing these longs twice a week, or not longs, doing these lives twice a week.
Wolf Mounted Hunter 2222 says love your videos, Pete.
Thanks, Wolf. I appreciate that. Was it Wolf or was it supposed to be Wolf? It said the
The
name
Art
kind of
Figure
funny.
one says you don't have controversial videos. You're like the least controversial person ever.
I know, but it was
Snarkle Silver Fox Club says my visually impaired cat Carl likes your voice.
Hey, Carl. Oh my God, you have a cat named Carl. That's kind of funny. I like that. There was that other one where I was they were marking not controversial like you'd think with those political streamers and stuff. But there was that one time where Brooks and I were just like walking around Oceanside and we just went into a donut shop just to go get some donuts. And I never know where I am. Like, I don't know where I am. And so I ordered my donut and I was pretty sure that I was standing at the cash register. Like I was pretty sure that Brooks had, settled me down in front of where you're supposed to pay. And so I'm sitting there waiting and these two girls are going on and on and on about what they're going to do this weekend, the party they're going to do, this guy that one of them likes, da 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 da. And it's all on film. Brooks is filming me as we're just trying to do a blind guy taste test, basically. I wanted to go buy their donuts and taste them out, or taste them, and check them out and see which one I like the best. And I turned to Brooks. I'm like, "Am I at the cash register?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he starts laughing. I'm like, and he's like, maybe tell them that you're ready to pay. And so I can't see the girls. I don't, I hear them, but I can't see them. Like, I don't know why they're not looking at me. I don't know why they're not paying attention. So I was like, I am ready to pay now. And like one of them's like, oh, okay. And it was, I guess it was kind of crazy video. You could see me standing there. The girl was like 2 feet away from me. She was the cashier, but she wasn't paying any attention to me. And we just posted that video because I thought it was kind of funny. Like, life of a blind guy, can't catch someone's eye, can't get their attention. That video went crazy across all the platforms. And then the girl, and I wasn't intending to do this at all. Like I wasn't trying to call her out. Like, I don't know. Like I never post a video like, you wouldn't believe this a-hole. I think I did that like, I don't know, once with Hassan Abi basically. But I was just basically, what I like to do is bring people into my life, like show them what it's like to be me. And there's, when you can't get eye contact going, you can't catch someone's eye. I think people take for granted eye contact, like how much it can do. Like it can convey like, hey, I think you're hot, want to dance? Or like, hey, can I slide over to you at the bar? And it can also convey like, don't get near me. And it can also convey like, hey, I'm ready to pay for this donut. But since I couldn't catch her eye to make eye contact, she just kept on yapping at her friend. And I thought it was mildly interesting. Now that video, once we posted it, I mean, that thing went like 2 million on Instagram, which is crazy for me. Went like 5, 6, 7 million on YouTube, another couple million on TikTok. And somehow someone that knew the girl, like went to high school with her, I felt bad. Like she was just a high school student. Ratted her out like, hey, this is da da da, and put up her Instagram handle. And then Brooks and I were like poking around on Instagram a few days later, and she literally changed her, how you get like a bio on Instagram. The girl's bio was changed to, I am aware of my error with the blind surfer. I have been reprimanded by my management. Please stop messaging me. And I was like, oh. No, like that is, again, that's just like, that's not where I was trying to go with that. I didn't want the girl to get in trouble. I mean, people are like, well, she should have gotten in trouble for not paying attention. Like, there's getting in trouble and then there's getting put on blast to like 10 million people total. Like, again, I'm just out there sharing my life, sharing my experiences. Another one. Hey, see,
VC just followed.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So Twitch is doing some of the, it's doing some of this stuff. VC, the text-to-speech voice had a little bit of trouble saying that name. But yeah, you give me a follow on Twitch at Pete Gustin. The new followers will get their name read, and Steve's head will get up there. Your username will get up on the screen. I will be notified. Everyone will be notified. It's fun for everybody involved. Twitch.tv. I'm at Pete Gustin if you want to follow me over there. Another one that went that they considered controversial was, and this is, again, it's something that happens to me all the time. And I was like, just trying to, hold on, I've been monologuing for a long time. Maybe I should throw up the chat for a second.
R3E says, did not know this guy ever went live.
Oh man, that is a fault of,
says love from Henry.
Thanks, Henry. That is if you didn't know I went live, that is a fault of all the platforms by not showing it to you, because I go live at least twice a week. Last week I was twice live, And then the week before that, I was 3 times live. I think Banana might have book club again on this Thursday, and I could go 3 times this week if you guys aren't going to get sick of me. That is a YouTube follow right there. I appreciate that. I was talking about some of the quote unquote controversial videos that I did. You know, it's the ones that it's the ones that.
C Mike says hello.
Hello,
At Crystal K. Stern says it was important for you to show that so people can see what it's like from you or another blind person's point of view. So many people are ignored or even turned away for their disabilities.
Yeah, that's all.
At Crystal K. Stern says awareness is important.
Awareness is important, and that's what I've tried to do with this channel and with these videos. Just kind of like, you know, show some awareness, or, you know, show my life and help get some awareness out there. Oh man, I killed Corey Yarbrough. I don't know what you were about to say. You were about to say something, and I
said, "How's it going, brother?
Oh,
glad to catch you live."
Yeah, it's glad to be caught live. I appreciate it. I got 2 different robots going at the same time.
Sunrose 8 asks, speaking of Hassan, have you gone to the shooting range lately?
No, but I did just dig.
At Blabla2330 said, just wanted to say I have retinitis pigmentosa, which is a progressive vision loss condition, and your videos mean a lot to me.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad.
You do great work and help people feel less alone.
That's
just
cool.
Keep doing you.
It helps me feel less alone. Like, you know, I put these stories out there because I always thought I was like, it's just me. I'm the only one dealing with this stuff. You know, my life is very not blind centric. I don't have any blind friends. I never went to a blind school. I don't work with anybody who's blind. I'm literally the only blind person I know. And so I always figured like all these things that happen are like, they're only happening to me. That's kind of what I was always thinking. This person was asking, that's funny. How did you know? The person that asked, they said, speaking of Hassan, have I gone to the shooting range? That person is got a great memory or is a good fan, because he was the one that was like laying into me for being a blind guy with a license to carry and going to the gun range. He like couldn't wrap his head around it and had like a real problem with me. We went a few months ago. Banana had never actually fired. I feel like I already said gun range. So yeah, should never used a pew pew. I have to be careful of anytime I say like the wrong word, even remotely. TikTok is like, we're taking you down for 20 minutes because you said a word that we don't like. So she'd never used a pew pew. And I'd had my license from like, man, when did I get it? Like 2010. I started dating Banana in 2013. We've been out here since 2016. And she, I think she had a good time doing it. We brought a variety of, pew pews for her to shoot, ranging from a 22 to a 380. We bought a 9, brought a 40. I didn't bring a 45. I thought that might be a bit much for her, but she did it, and she said she enjoyed it at the time, but it was kind of one of those things. She's like, I've done it, and now I don't need to do it again. But Josh likes to do it. Thank you for the follow. Josh likes to do it. Brooks likes to do it. Honestly, I mean, I prefer surfing, just getting out there and being active and being in the water. But I remember the first time. I remember the very first time. You know, I was in Massachusetts, and I used to work out with this guy who was a gun instructor, a shooting instructor, and a guy. I'm afraid to say the damn word. I'm like whispering it, like, "Don't hear me, robots. Don't hear me." You know, what are the robots the robot moderators? Don't catch me. But I used to work out with this guy who was an instructor, and you know, he knew I was losing my eyesight. I hadn't gone blind at the time, but it was pretty bad. I mean, I couldn't recognize anybody from more than like 3 or 4 feet away. Thank you, getting some YouTube follows. Don't forget on Twitch at Pete Gustin. But he, you know, so he knew my eyesight was fading pretty fast, and he thought it would be fun to teach me how to pew pew. And he took me to his house, and he was an instructor and gave me all the safety lessons and taught me safe operation of everything. And then I eventually went and took the test and passed the test, and he took me to a range and let me do it for the first time. And it was you know, you put the target down range, and then it was basically muscle memory for me, just, you know, holding it up and realizing that's too high, that's too low, that's left, that's right, like this is center. And, you know, once I realized where center was, I was able to repeat that. And just the feeling of it, I'd never, you know, I was 30 something at the time. I'd never held one at all. And just like the power, I think one of the very first ones he ever had me was a Desert Eagle, which is a 50 caliber, which is just like, I mean, that thing's like, it's like a donkey kick. And I do remember the way that the shells ejected out of that thing were was a stupid design because the shells kept coming back and going ping, like hit me right in the forehead. That thing kicked like crazy. My favorite one that I have out here is an H&K VP40. It's like a Cadillac of pew pews. And that thing's like really easy to shoot and feels good. But yeah, the first time I tried it, I was like, holy cow, this is like a lot of power in my hand. But yeah, that's why I had to understand, like, you have to be safe. You have to take the safety classes. You got to listen to your instructor. But yeah, it's been a little while since I've done it. So that's the long answer to the question that someone just asked me about, have I been to the range in a while? I missed a whole bunch of surfing because of my shoulder injury, but I am here to say that the power of physical therapy should compel you. I've always heard, like, don't get surgery. Like, if you've got something going on and you can fix it on your own, fix it on your own instead of surgery, because your natural body is like going to do so much better than them cutting you open. Plus, I went in for a consult on shoulder surgery, and they actually told me, they said it was going to take.
At Susie RQ34 says, would you go shooting again anytime soon?
Yeah, I mean, if my friends wanted to go, I'd go. I mean, there's a range. It's like right down the street, and I got a whole bunch of in my safe in the house, so I would go. But yeah, like they told me if they were going to surgically repair my shoulder, it was going to take like 9 months of doing nothing.
Sunrose8 says you talked about having an issue with him and Googled it. I always wanted to try a pew pew. Just once. Might do it for my birthday.
It's
Pagarth
pretty.
One says surgery is sometimes necessary.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but if you can avoid it, I feel like just you're putting your body back together the way it was. My father just had a shoulder replacement, and it's like gone terribly. And even when I went to the doctor talking about just like shoulder surgery.
Legendary Banan says I would be scared to get surgery for anything.
Yeah, I mean,
I was. Hawaii 4433 says aloha Pete.
Aloha. What's going on? Oh, I hit the button too soon. The what do they call, like, upper or an extremity surgery? I went to a specialist to look at my shoulder. There's a lot going on in there. It's messed up. But he said that he could cut me open, he could go in there, he could try and tighten some stuff up, and he said 9 months of doing nothing before I can even like think about getting back to doing what I want. Then it'd be like another 3 months of like physical therapy, and then he told me that my range of motion would be bad like after that. I'm like, wait, so a year of doing nothing and then my range of motion is like worse than it was? I was like, no thanks. So I actually I'm good at following through and stuff. Banana, anybody in my life will tell you, if I got something I want to do, I'm going to make the plan, and I'm going to make the time, and I'm going to make the sacrifice and do it. And the physical therapist told me that I was going to have to dedicate time to do 3 to 5 rehabilitation sessions per day, every day. And at first I was like, how in the hell am I going to do that? But I just kind of multitask. Over the past 2 months, I basically I wake up super early in the morning and I do my vocal warm-up routines, which take about 20 minutes. And so while I'm doing my vocal warm-up routines, I do my first physical therapy session of the day, working on like strengthening my shoulder. And it's so weak. Like, it's at first they told you to like lift 2-pound weights with like both arms. Like, you're supposed to look down a little bit and raise your shoulders over your head and like get your shoulders to lock out of the sockets. Let's check out what this says.
At SarahCam7808 tip $3 through
Thank you,
Super
Sarah.
Chat. One last Super Chat. Have a good evening, everyone.
One last one ever? No, she's probably actually she hit me up before the show. I guess her and Dank and some of the other mods cannot hang around all night, which I don't know how you guys hung around. I did that 4-hour show last week with Brooks and like Joni especially, and I think Dank MF Angel over on Twitch. I think you guys were there for the whole 4 hours. I was like, holy crap, that is like some crazy dedication to this thing. It is 7:45. So yeah, you said you'd be here for an hour. And I think Dank has like a 3 o'clock appointment tomorrow morning, so he's not going to be here for the whole thing. But yeah, so thanks, Sarah. I appreciate it. If you are taking off, I appreciate everything you do. And yeah, so I do the first set of physical therapy while I'm doing my vocal warm-ups, and then I do the next one as I'm eating my breakfast. Like I'm chewing on my little breakfast bar, and then I do the physical therapy. Then I do the second one while I'm doing my lunch. And then I do another one as part of my actual workout. I work out every day. And then I do my final physical therapy thing at the end of the day, like in the evening. And so 5 times a day, it's like 12 to 15 minutes of physical therapy. But I'm proud to say I'm going to get back in the water. I'm feeling the best. God, I wish I had some wood in here. Is this board might be wood. Yeah, I think that's wood, or it's composite. I don't know. Maybe it's composite wood. Hopefully it counts. Knock on some wood. I'm feeling the best that I've felt in a while.
Says hey.
Hey, I wonder. Well, I think when people write like Heeey, the robot lady has a bit of a hard time with that because I hear that all the time. What do we got going on tonight? I got some starting to get hungry, but I think that Brooks, I feel like he ate all of the.
Johnny BC says I was surprised I lasted the entire stream last Wednesday.
Yeah, that was.
Agreed. One says physical therapy sucks.
Well, I mean, it's worked. It's been working for me. You know, they told me it was going to take like 6 weeks. It did. It took like 6 to 8 weeks, but I got myself back together again.
Waylonvik says, yeah, I know Braille a little bit. NT is super hard.
Yeah, it takes.
Lynn Husband says I took the day off just so I can watch the entire stream.
Oh.
So I'm here for the long haul.
What up, blind husband? I
Smith
forgot.
653 says oh.
I get so many messages every day. It's hard to remember them all, but hearing your name just reminded me.
Pete, did you read my story I sent in?
Dan, I'll have Brooks
says, hey, your vids always make my day.
Read that. Glad to hear that. I'll have Brooks read that story tomorrow, Danny. Terminate 1 is Danny.
Mark 7985 says I broke my shoulder and they wanted to do surgery, but I refused a BBBD. I took therapy and I have only small range of motion. It only took a few weeks.
Oh, that's better than surgery, I think.
MW05 says huge fan. Keep doing what you're doing. Hope all is well.
Appreciate that. Things are good.
James Gardner.
So it's the blind husband just reminded me. He emailed me this week. I'm really glad that you're enjoying these shows. It's kind of nice to know that people are out there watching. I do, especially when it's just me. It used to be me and Sam the chicken. Now it's me and Petey Penguin over there. Anybody wants to pick up some blind penguin soap? It's pretty fun, and it's available now. blindpenguin.com. He reminded me, send me an email. I haven't read the whole thing or gone through it with anybody else, but he sent me an email saying that there's a new device that should make it so that you don't need a cane or a guide dog. I'm not sure if that got drowned out by that thing. Thank you for the follow, by the way. It says you won't need a cane or a guide dog with this new device, and I could request a demo, they said. And I'm kind of curious to check out what device that is. I mean, I don't have a guide dog anymore. I lost Superdog, obviously, and Steve has not fit the bill of being a guide dog. And I mean, I'm all right with the cane. I'm not great with it. It does its job. It gets me around. I am starving. I got to find some sort of a snack.
It's time now for a blind guy taste test.
Yeah, so last week, Brooks was going through my whole stash of, I got this box from Galactic Snacks, and he was going through this. Oh, he told us about this. There was like lollipops or what are these dum-dums or something like that. That's not gonna satisfy my flavor. I try and just do like one of these snacks a week because I pay for them from Galactic Snacks, and Brooks is like opening up like box after box after box last week. I was like, hey, leave me some of those because I had to buy them all. Did he and I do this? I don't know. Let me put on the chat so you guys can maybe help me a little bit. No, this one did not get opened last week. It feels like
K. Stern says equipment previews are awesome. The information about tools we can get out there, the better.
Yeah, I will hopefully try and get some information about that and tell you guys about it. I don't know which way is the front, but if I had to guess,
Amber Fox 9543 says the penguin is like the trophy-obsessed one from Surf's Up lol.
Oh, is he? The penguin from Surf's Up?
McCordy says hello.
Hello. I'm going to do a whole video about the penguin.
Fireman says I really like your glasses. They are super cool.
Oh, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that because I wasn't sure. But like these ones are, I don't know. I can't. Like when I was wearing, let me put the penguin on for the vertical people. Like those are the glasses I've been wearing since like the 90s. That style of glasses. And I knew what they looked like, and I knew what they looked like on my face. And these are kind of like those, but Oakley has decided to like make them bigger. And Banana calls them like shield glasses, like it's like a full face shield. And that that terminology makes me think that they're like too big. So I sometimes I feel funny putting like a giant shield on my face, but glad to hear that you think they are cool. They're the Oakley Meta Vanguard glasses.
Riri says joining late. Hello everyone.
Hello Riri. Kind of funny.
Waylonvik says why they look like Oakleys.
Well, they are Oakleys. Well, or unless he was
Bill call it says Skittles are yummy.
That is it Skittles? You know, it's
Angel
real.
3 Fry says those penguins all look the same.
What up, Angel 3? Oh, that's what I was going to say. So Banana had designed the blind penguin mascot for blind penguin frothing hand soap. And, you know, it was like described to me. I'm going to do a whole video about this maybe like in a week or two. I'm going to try not to beat you guys over the head with blind penguin, but it's something that I really just wanted to get out there, have some fun with, let some people enjoy. And, you know, I figured if I was ever going to pump a product on my channel, I'd like to pump my own product. But yeah, so I was super curious to like to really understand what this blind penguin that she designed looked like. So I contacted a company that made stuffed animals, and I sent them all the pictures that Banana had made of the Petey the Penguin, and then they turned it into this 3D rendering over here, Petey Penguin, and it was really, really cool for me to like get them and hug them and feel them and kind of understand exactly what the mascot looked and felt like. It was a really fun experience for me. Anyway, now I'm starting. I'm really starting to get hungry. Whatever these are.
Matthew and Paul? Paul is also blind and he has written several children's books, one of which about blindness, and he uses penguins too. They have a YouTube channel.
Well, all right.
Sarah
Penguins are popular.
7808 says I'm leaving for real now. LOL. Night loves virtual hugs to you both.
I thought you left before. Oh, this thing's hard to open.
At Your Jit Invaded says I want to pump your product, Surf Daddy. At Joni BC says now that you mention it, food sounds like a great idea.
I know. Hold on. I can't open this thing. Damn it. No, the Matt and Paul or whatever their names are. I mentioned this before, and like I need my knife. Oh, there we go. Someone got mad at me before. I don't follow a lot of other blind content, and I did for a while. And someone got really mad at me, like, well, I'm not going to follow your stuff. I was like, all right, that's your prerogative. Like for me, I get a little bit of time each day in between my voiceover sessions where I get to like hop on social media. And what I like to have is like a little bit of an escape. Like I want to listen to some stand-up comedy or some like Inside Hollywood or crazy facts or UFO or alien stuff. Like, I don't know, like movie facts or facts about like music. Like that's the kind of stuff that I like. And I found that when I was following a bunch of other blind creators, all I get fed was blind stuff, which I get it. Like that's what I put out too. But a lot of it, there were people like just kind of like, I don't know. I try, if nothing else in all my videos, to provide a little bit of entertainment, to give people a smile. Every once in a while, I get frustrated with something, but I feel like even the way I present that, I usually try and do it in an entertaining way. I felt like a lot of the blind stuff I was coming across was just a lot of complaining. Like, this doesn't work, or that doesn't work. And I hear that those Matt and Paul guys are pretty fun and lighthearted and stuff, but like I needed to take a break from other blind content creators for a bit because I've got my own problems with being blind. Like my life is really hard, obviously. But like my life is hard with the way that I've lost my eye. Like that's where my stress comes from. Is being blind, and then to log on and hear other people like give me their stressful stories. I'm like, it's too much. So I had to bail out of listening to other blind people for a little while. So I've never actually listened to any of those Matt and Paul, whatever their names are. I have no idea what they do. But more power to them.
Says, holy shit, it's the blind surfer. What's up, P?
It is. Look at that. You made my text to speech swear. What's up? What's going on?
9318 says you make me laugh.
Thank you, and that's my goal. You know, that was one of the.
Edward Fireman says it's okay. Listen to what you want.
Thank you. I was on the beach. Ooh, it's sour. What is this? Wow, it's really sour. Well, not really sour, but it's sour to the degree that I did not expect it to be sour. It's gummy. It's covered in sugar. It was the size of a. It kind of feels like someone took a Hershey's Kiss and squashed it down, or it could be like.
K. Stern says understandable.
It could be like
James Gardner PZ3RL says it's gummy Skittles.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Legendary Balan says that is completely understandable.
Oh, I'm glad to hear you guys say that, because someone got really mad at me.
Bagart the Great One says Skittles Squishy Cloud is the candy, looks like there might be more than one flavor in it.
Oh.
At one Neil Owen says my dad went to high school with you.
Well,
at the Great Dane
I went
says
to high
if you
school with a
hadn't
lot
lost
of
your
people.
sight, what would you be doing these days? Do you think?
I don't know. Probably acting.
At Edwards Fireman says sour Skittles.
They're good.
At Sleepless Night 6021 says hi.
I wonder whose
at
dad I
James
went to high school with.
PZ3RL says sour gummy Skittle.
Yeah, these things are delicious.
At Cold Trash says hi man, love your determination and grit. Came
Thank
to
you.
ask what's your favorite music genre or type of music?
I am all over I got like 5 things I got to remember to respond to now. I was going to tell a story about a guy I met named Red, favorite music genre, and these things. So someone in the box of stuff from Galactic Snacks, I also had gotten sour jumbo Skittles. I don't know if you guys have ever had those. Like they're like huge Skittles, like the size of like big marbles. And those things are really good. But I'm a huge fan of gummy. Um, wow, these are delicious. They're totally hitting the spot right now. I can't believe this is my dinner. My dinner is sour. What do you call them? Sour cloud Skittles? Oh, yeah, that one tastes totally different. So they're different flavors. I think. Thank God I needed that. I needed something. Someone said that I made them laugh, and just kind of reminded me that I met he was an amputee from was he above the knee or below the knee? I keep forgetting whether he was above the knee or below the knee, but his name was Red. And he was a surfer. He was out there surfing with his prosthetic leg on. And we talked for a while, and he said something to me. He's like, it's really hard when you are disabled or when you're different, when you got something going on. He said, it's very, very difficult to get people to think of you any other way. Like he knew, you know, not a lot of people knew a guy that had a prosthetic leg. And he knew that like people referred to him as, the guy with the prosthetic leg, or like the guy with the prosthetic leg was a surfer. My name is, my username is Blind Surfer, so I'm obviously referred to as that. But he said that like my channel and what I do, he's like, when I think of you, the first word that comes to mind isn't blind, it's funny or entertaining. And I was like, wow, like that was like the biggest damn compliment I think I'd ever gotten in my entire life. Because I spent my whole life painfully aware that I was losing my eyesight, that I was going blind, that I am blind. And I feel like every time I meet someone new, I'm probably being described to them as like, oh, you're going to meet my friend Pete, he's blind. It's like probably the first thing they bring up. I wonder if that happens to people that like don't have disability. Like, what if you're going to meet someone? This is my friend Mark. He's really smelly. I feel like you only mention it if it's something generally bad. I mean, maybe be like, this is my friend Fred. He's he's hilarious. And I feel like someone always gets like a disclaimer or a warning, like, oh, you're going to meet Pete and he's blind. And I've been aware of that my whole life, understanding that I'm going to get described as that by most people. But to listen to Red, the guy that I met on the beach, and he said, no, the first thing I think of for you is funny. And then he's like, entertaining. He told me a good storyteller. He gave me like all these really nice, it made me feel really good. I was like, that was a reward, for me, like telling these stories and getting out there. Like I spent so long not wanting people to know that I was losing my eyesight. If you had gotten me 20 years ago, I had a YouTube channel 20 years ago. I did. And I never mentioned being blind on it at all. I think people like noticing my eye contact like wasn't exactly great. I never brought it up during the, because I just didn't want it. I didn't want it to be forward. I didn't want people like, just thinking of me as blind. That was where I was at that point in my life. But now where I throw it out there, blind surfer Pete Gustin, but I'm explaining I am blind, but still look at all the stuff that I can do. It was difficult to get to a place where I was comfortable doing that. And I'd like to think maybe, and I might be wrong, but I feel like me being out there, I mean, the amount of views that social media has been kind enough to throw my way. Where am I at now? 1.3 billion video views. Like, I think me throwing out my stories has made it a little easier for other people to share. I know that Molly Burke was apparently the first one like telling her blind stories full time. I don't know what time she started, but she always gets credit for being the first one. But I feel like in the past few years since I've been doing this, there's just way more blind creators out there. So I think it's great that people feel comfortable telling their stories and forming a community, and to hear people say like, oh, you're inspiring, you motivate me, like, cool, like I didn't expect that either. So yeah, I'll keep doing this for a while, so long as it seems to be helping people.
Edwards Fireman says, I like your shirt, it's the Mood Peace hand song.
Oh, thank you.
Fishin' and Outdoor says, hey Pete, awesome channel, bro.
Appreciate it. This shirt, I don't.
BC says the text to speech is reading messages intermittently when he's not in the middle of a story.
Yeah.
Check in again.
Well, yeah.
Edwards Fireman says hi.
Now I feel like I have to stay here to figure out what that message was. Here, I'll chew on this thing, because apparently there's some message someone's trying to get to me. God, the sour Skittles clouds are delicious. I could literally eat this whole bag. Oh, what flavor was that? Is that red?
At Bob R Plays GD says hello, first time joining your live.
Hey, glad you can make it. And you got your first message read out loud by the robot lady. How very exciting for everybody involved. And first time joining live, and you get to meet Petey Penguin.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says, do you like spicy things?
No, I hate spicy stuff. I have the wimpiest tongue ever. I don't like spicy stuff. Banan and I talked about this last Wednesday.
At Reaper MW05 says, have you ever had their called sweet and sour gummy snakes?
Yeah. No, worms. I've had sweet and sour gummy worms. Oh yeah, last Wednesday, Banan and I
At Crystal K Stern says, yes, red.
Oh, I was right. Thank you. The when I opened my mouth,
Jax
that was
says
red.
that gummy is laced.
It's not laced. I get these from hold on, let me finish my thought. When Banan and I go out to get oh man, that's really sour. It's making me pucker. Whoa. Indian food, I always order like a 0. Like I just spicy hot stuff kind of like ruins it for me. I do not like it. Whoa. Okay, that one was really spicy. And what the heck was the other thing? Oh yeah, someone tell me it's laced. No, these things didn't just come from like a random person. I know I gotta stop eating in front of you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. I order them from a company. I pay for them. This isn't no paid sponsorship or anything. A company called Galactic Snacks, and they you can order like a goodie box. You can pay to have like 20
At
random
James
snacks.
5789 says, what do you actually see?
I've covered that a
The viewer says
bazillion times.
EBK love.
EBK love?
At
What's
Crystal
EBK
K
love?
Stern says, are they like freeze-dried Skittles?
No, these are just gummies. They're like straight up like gummies, like gummy bears or like Haribo peaches or Haribo watermelon, but like a little thicker than Haribo, like a little more gummy, a little more chewy. Wait, what the heck was I talking about? I don't remember what I was talking about.
At Reaper MW05 says, no problem, you have to eat too.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you
At Tony
guys.
PC says, Cole, he already answered that for you tonight. At
Yeah,
James
probably.
Gardner PZ3RL says, it's okay.
It's okay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't even know what it sounds like in the if you guys got earbuds in. What was
At
I?
Raymond 2136 says, does podcasts interest you more because they don't require sight, or do you still prefer normal videos? At Edwards Fireman says, what's the name of your robot, Lazzy?
The name of this robot. So the name of the robot lady that's reading those messages. I don't like that robot. There's another one, but she's
Cannibalism?
like, there we go. Oh, someone just said something about
LOL.
cannibalism. So this one is Jenny.
At Gench5789 said, did you meet George Lucas?
No, I never met George Lucas. I
At
haven't really.
Edwards Fireman said, I mean lady loudly crying face emoji, loudly crying face emoji.
Okay. Some lady crying loudly about something.
At Super1UP Gaming L8G said, fun fact, the floating Mario head from Mario Teaches Typing is the first Turbo avatar since 1992.
What's a Turbo avatar? I don't know what that is. So
At Michael S1F5J said, I just recently found you because I lost my old phone and I finally found you after a while.
You lost your phone, lost me, and then found me again. So that text lady is Microsoft Edge Jenny. And she's, a little more realistic, a little more personality to her. But she doesn't come up on the screen. It's just you're just hearing the disembodied voice. This one, when I put it up on the screen, it's
says,
literally.
What's up, brother? Hellos from Sydney, Ohio.
What up in Sydney, Ohio?
Jamis Gaming 2465 says, hey Pete.
Yo, hey, Jamis Gaming. I wonder if it's James. Maybe it's Janice. I don't know, I feel like the text-to-speech is reading that wrong. So this one is just the text-to-speech engine that is like the default backbone engine that's built into the browser.
Legendary Baon says it does sound better.
Yeah, it does sound
At
better.
Chris Stearns tip $10 through
Whoa.
Super Chat.
Crystal.
Very important. If you ever get a package with just one Doritos chip, do not eat IT.
What?
It could be the one chip challenge that has all the hottest spices.
No.
I've seen it give a person seizure because of it.
What? That's terrible. I don't want that. I have no interest in that. If I get a package with one Dorito in it, okay, I will try to avoid that. And thank you for being so generous tonight, Crystal, and everybody. We started off the show. I started off with stupid technical issues. My computer just, as soon as I thought I was live, my computer went in my ear, and it's a noise that I have for when something goes wrong. I think I realized what it was. I think that the surfing video at the beginning of this thing actually had black screen in it, and that's what it's supposed to be detecting. Anyway, that's why the show started very weird tonight. Okay, and hot stuff. Yes, I will avoid a one chip. Getting a seizure. I mean, I thought I was going to die when I ate that stupid 7-pot Primo
Great Dane
Pepper
says, "Can you do any
freeze-dried
voice
ice cream
imitations?"
thing. That was the, I think the 7-pot Primo
Edwards
Pepper.
Fireman says, "I beg do not eat at PLS."
I will not eat it. I don't want, I avoid anything hot,
Crystal K.
especially,
Stern says, "Don't want anything bad to happen to you."
I appreciate that.
Bob R plays GD says, "If you don't, you should have someone review your packages, especially food items, before you consume them."
I do.
James Gardner
I do.
PZ3RL says, "Where did you find your penguin?"
Oh, so I made the penguin. I mean, we'll talk about this more with Banana, but that dude is custom made. He should be popping up on the screen here or here, wherever, whichever version, horizontal or vertical. But he's a rock hopper penguin, and he is the mascot of my company, Blind Penguin. Oh, the bottle fell over. Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. So see right here, this bottle. This is one of the bottles of the Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap, the Banana and I. We're literally making these by hand. I think I can tell you a little more about this again. I started the show, but we have 9 scents that I've developed. Like I literally developed them by myself with Banana. Like smells that I really, really, really like. And so the whole thing is, you pump it into your hand and then you try and guess what the scent is. And it doesn't say it anywhere in the bottle. Blind penguin. Get it? But when you think you know what it is, when you think you figured it out, you're like, all right, I think I'm going to take a guess. This little label right here, I can peel. I'm not going to show you the whole thing, but you can peel it up and you can take it off. You can peel it. So that's why it says peel to reveal right on it. So you take it off and it'll tell you what the scent is. And it will also give you like Petey Penguin, the penguin, this guy over here, Petey Penguin, doing a different pose related to the scent. So this is what Banana and I have been working on for like the last year, coming up with a product, starting a company, getting the website, getting the bottles, the stickers, the cover-up stickers. It was a massive, massive, massive undertaking. I did not understand how much work it was going to be starting a whole other company. And honestly, I laid out an ass ton of money for it. So I'm hoping some people pick up some of the bottles. Maybe I can recoup a little bit. Basically, just selling them. Sadly, when you, if anybody knows anything about business, you know, if you buy massive quantities of things, then you can get them a lot cheaper. We're literally making these by hand, almost to order. So if anybody goes to blindpenguin.com and orders a 3-pack of mystery soaps, you get 3 of these, and you play the game. You try and figure out what they are, and then you can peel it to reveal it. And oh, look at that.
Jerry Milton just followed.
Thanks, Jerry Milton, or Gara Milton, or something Milton. I appreciate that. That's a follow over on Twitch. But we did them at such small quantities to start with. I'm kind of just selling them at cost and hoping people enjoy it. And if they do, I'd like to expand. I mean, I think it'd be fun. Like the more people, just in a little way, like understand what it's like to be blind. Like, because when you go to the store, you're always like, oh, that's the blueberry mist soap. And then you go, and oh yeah, it smells like blueberries. Like I thought, like, how would it be for people to live like me and like be smelling something and have no idea what it is? And I picked extraordinarily recognizable scents. Like you should, if you don't get them, which you might not, because figuring out what it is without actually seeing it is kind of hard. But once you peel the label and reveal it, you'll be like, oh, I totally knew what that was. So that's been the project that Banana and I have been working on for a very long time, and that's who Petey Penguin is. He's the spokes guy, the mascot. He's our Tony the Tiger for Blind Penguin Soap, blindpenguin.com. Thank you for allowing me to.
Says I will definitely try it. I seems really cool.
It is cool. It's fun. I made a little. Can I play it? It's like a 10-second commercial. Can I play my commercial for it again? Whatever, man. Like, I don't have anybody else sponsoring this channel. I'm sponsoring my own channel. Here's a little commercial I made. It features Petey the Penguin. Petey the Penguin's in it, and I'm doing the voiceover. I think this is the button, is it?
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
There you go. That's my little commercial featuring Petey Penguin and Blind Penguin Frothing Hand. And by the way, I actually think Frothing Hand Soap, it's supposed to be like it's like fun for all your senses. Like you can smell it, don't taste it, don't eat it. But also Frothing Hand Soap, if you've never used it before, it's like the aerated soap. So it's not just like that gel stuff they use for like cleaning dishes. Frothing Hand Soap is like airy and poofy, It's like a
At Edwards
poofy little
Fireman says
cloud.
UP.
Yo. Oh, I thought he was going to say something
Hudsley
besides.
14 says hi.
Hi, Hudsley. Have not heard your
At
username
Rachel
before.
Samurai says I love your videos.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I feel like I want to keep eating these. I
At
keep forgetting.
Coglow 415 says cool.
Sour
At
skittle
Legendary Balan
clouds.
says that was good.
Oh, thank you. I
At
appreciate it.
Crystal K Stern says very cool.
Glad you like my little commercial.
At Edwards Fireman says wow so cool.
My video
At
tomorrow.
Shifty
What up, Shifty?
3527 says hi.
Hi.
At Joni BC says the commercial is very cool.
Nice. I'm glad you guys like
Jerry
it.
Milton says hi Pete. I've been
Hi.
completely blind 40 years now. I appreciate what you do, my friend.
Good to hear that, Jerry
At
Milton.
Coglow 415 says don't taste it.
Mm,
Pugsley 14 says I have
yeah.
been here before.
Oh, all right. Well,
At Jamis Gaming 2465 says it is James.
oh, okay. So it
The
reads
Guard Figure
James
one
as
says is the soap
Jamis.
okay for sensitive skin?
That's annoying. Yes, it is. It's dye free. It's literally just.
At Susie RQ34 says would you ever try to make Blind Penguin body soap, hair soap, perfume, or deodorant?
I mean, maybe. I mean, maybe down the road. I got to see if I don't lose my shirt on this one first. Between making up all the making up everything that it costs to get this done. Like, this is a real artist, designed Petey Penguin and designed the labels and everything. And, I went with like real people to do all this stuff. Then I had to source the bottles and the caps and then the second labels. And then we had to form the company. And then I had the penguin made. And it's been, like I said, it's been a really big undertaking. So I'm hoping that it goes reasonably well. But yeah, we kept the recipe for the soap itself. Other soap. That was another thing. I wanted it dye free, because a lot of times, like if you go to, I remember this from back in the days when I could see, you go to Bath and Body Works, and then have like strawberry fields of vanilla on a Tuesday or something like that, and you'd pick it up, and it would be like this reddish hand soap with like little sparkly things inside of it, and I didn't want the this gets tinged a little bit from the fragrance oils, a little, but for the most part, I think it's like either white or off-white. So it's water. It's aloe, and then I forget the name of the word. It's a chemical word that makes regular soap into frothing hand soap. Is the lowest amount of ingredients that is safe for you to use in this soap, and it smells good, and it also. I worked on the formula forever. It was first 3 months was me working on the stupid soap formula. Like a lot of times when you wash your hands with soap, it like comes away and you're like, it's kind of sticky. And I didn't want sticky soap, so I worked I'm a crazy person. Like I don't have enough going on. I've been doing, my voiceover career. I've been doing the social media. I started doing these live shows, and then I've been sitting in the kitchen for months, like mixing different concoctions and trying to figure out which soap isn't going to be sticky on my hands and which scents are going to smell good. And I'm working with Banana. I'm like, well, how can we make Petey Penguin look like he's representing this scent? It's just been, but I'm very excited about it. So tomorrow's video on YouTube and TikTok is going to be about a minute and 23 of me kind of talking about starting the company, the Blind Penguin Soap, and then there will be links to send you to blindpenguin.com. And like I said, I'm not going to beat you guys over the head over it, but I am very excited about it. Excited/nervous, because I do this a lot. Whenever I start a project, whenever I do anything.
Huxley 14 says Pangu.
Pangu, what is Pangu? I kind of tend to do projects.
At
big.
James Gardner PZ3RL says it glitches out.
What glitches out? Nothing glitches out. I hope nothing glitches out. I don't need any more glitches. I did hear that my Twitch bits weren't getting read out loud. That sounds like a glitch, but in my head, I've already figured out how to fix that. I know how to fix that one. Started off the show with a glitch today.
Pugsley 14 says you are the best.
Thanks, Pugsley. I appreciate that. You are also the best. Let's see. What are we doing for time now? 8:15 p.m. And there's updates to Google Play's terms of hi. What's going on? Google Play's terms of service. Tomorrow. Bananas.
MW05 says, well, I hope it does well for you.
Thank you. I hope it just.
Lind Husband says version 2, a penguin shaped bottle.
I wonder how much that would.
5096 says hi.
That would probably cost a fortune.
At James Gardner PZ3RL says the video is glitching.
No, really? I've heard that.
The Great Dane says have him put the soap on a slip and slide, then slide down it.
Why?
Pugsley 14 says for me it's 11:15. At Edwards Fireman says the first time I saw your videos I was like, this guy is really cool. Wait, he's blind, that makes him even cooler. Quotation mark. Admin
Being blind makes
Geo
me
Rodriguez
cooler.
5096 says hi.
You know what's funny? Like when I hit the button for the text, it like sits there for a second, nothing happens, and then they all start. Excuse me.
Legendary Banan says the soap with the berry smells and the weird looks always made me allergic.
Well, you're definitely not going to
Susie
get allergic to
RQ34 says,
this.
have you tried to restart the app, James?
You're talking about the video being glitchy. It shouldn't be. I did hear that as we were going for like 4 hours last week that the video on Twitch or something was
James
getting
Gardner PZ3RL says yes for me.
a little glitchy. But and then I heard the audio was fine. There's only so much I can do. You know, I've got it all set up. It's all supposed to work. I got the most expensive internet streaming package that a person could possibly buy, and you know, it's supposed to work. Now these stupid. Does this happen to you guys when you eat something sour? Like every time I eat something sour. Thank you for the follow. I was eating these whatever the sign I'm supposed to be showing you, the sour Skittle clouds, because I wanted to like quench my hunger a little bit, and now they just made me hungry. Every time I eat something sour, it makes me like want to go eat more. Did I even have lunch today? I can't remember if I had lunch today. Past couple days. Hey, look
Dom
at that.
852 just followed.
Dom 852 just followed on Twitch. So even get a couple more of those tonight before I get out of here. Go hit me up on Twitch at Pete Gustin on Twitch, and you get your little thing read out loud over there. I appreciate it. If I could get like a few of those every night, it would be the hype train last week. Brooks told me after the fact that we got to level 8, which is just crazy. Nice.
Smosh1s just followed.
Smosh1s. I like that username. Just sounds fun. I don't know what it actually is, but it sounds like Smosh1s. I don't think I've heard a username yet that didn't sound entertaining. I like how the one on, I'm assuming the person's over on YouTube, it says Jamis Gaming. Like, what a stupid text-to-speech robot. If it's James Gaming, why would it say Jamis? But even like our mod, I think he's gone now, but our mod on Twitch, his name is Dank MF Angel, and it reads that one as Dank Mafangle.
Pugsley14 just followed.
Thanks, Pugsley14. I think Pugsley was over on YouTube a minute ago. I feel like I recognize the name Pugsley from YouTube, and now you're over on Twitch, which is awesome of you. If I could get all of my YouTube people to follow me on Twitch, then Twitch would be really happy with me, and I could, you know, start doing something with this whole thing that I've got going on over here. I do enjoy this. I wish I could make it more of my
Reaper_MW05 just followed.
Reaper underscore. Sounded like it started funny. It's like Reaper underscore M0. I just love the way the text-to-speech says stuff. The text-to-speech that I use on my phone is like a very clear speaking American boring voice. I love this British one that Twitch has set up. Just says everything. Super entertaining. What else? Other usernames that came through really stupid. Yeah. That we had when the channel was getting dominated by like 12-year-old kids for a long time there was a whole bunch of geese, and there was one that called himself the Everything Goose, and it instead of saying the Everything Goose, it said the Every Thingus. Like that was one of the biggest butcherings. Dank MF Angel is Dank Mafangle, but Thiever, that's what it was. It was supposed to be the Everything Goose, and it said Thievery Thingus. Was just the text-to-speech does make the usernames interesting. I'll give you that much.
I will follow you on
Yeah,
Twitch.
if anybody wants to hop on over to Twitch real quick before I get out of here for the night, I'll do another handful of minutes or so.
Pugsley14 says ha 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 ha.
There's Pugsley. You know, maybe Pugsley's been on Twitch the whole
says,
time.
love your channel and your videos. I have been watching you for years, and you always have kept your head up.
Thank you. It's a challenge. Life is hard, but then you realize that
Pugsley14 says why.
Life's not easy for
James
anybody.
Gardner PZ3RL says yes, I was there for that.
And you just kind of try and, you know, make the best out of it. And when you do, when you don't give up, when you keep going, there are rewards. You know, I try and remember that every morning. I can wake up and not do anything. I can wake up and not challenge myself. I could wake up and give up, not try and find a new project. There we go.
Nixa District just followed.
Nixa District. I like that one too. Thank you, Nixa District. Sounds like we got some people going on over on Twitch over there. But yeah, I cry, every day. I look for new challenges now. I find challenges that will keep me engaged, keep me entertained. I mean, you guys just in the past, let alone the fact that there are a bunch of creators out there that do this. Like this is their living. Like Molly Burke is a full-time creator. It's what she does. I'm putting out 7 shorts a week plus a long plus doing 2 lives with you guys, and none of it is monetized except now you can buy some Blind Penguin soap at blindpenguin.com. I'm doing this for a bunch of reasons that we've discussed in the past. Like, it's good for my mental health. Like, I enjoy the community. I enjoy the fact that other people are getting something out of this. It's enriching people's lives and stuff like that. But this thing that I do as like a hobby is just like a side gig for me. Then I do my full voice acting job, which takes a massive amount of time. In the past handful of months, you guys saw me release a book that I'd originally written in 2006. I narrated it. That one was Faith Kills. And then I've, started this whole company, Blind Penguin, blindpenguin.com, Blind Penguin frothing hand soap. I had a blind penguin made. He's a big, giant, stuffy, 28 inches long. But, based on what that person was saying in the comments is life is hard. It's hard to keep your head up. But when you do find challenges and when you do find things that you want to work at and overcome, and then you do it, it keeps me going, keeps me motivated. Like I like looking into the future and finding challenges and stuff to overcome, and then saying, hey, I did it. And then finding another one that what's going to be the next thing. I think right now I'm going to have to do some focusing on trying to get some of these many bottles that Banana and I have laying around the house. I think I'm going to do at some point I'm going to do a live, and I'll show you some of the cases of these bottles that we're literally putting together by hand, which may have been a mistake, but I couldn't spend $1 bazillion getting them all pre-made up. But yeah, Banana, she literally takes this label. I don't even know where the seam is. Like, I can feel it. It's almost perfect. Like she wraps this label around this bottle, and it goes edge to edge, perfect. And then she actually covers up the name of the soap with another sticker on top of it. God love her. She's kind of amazing to do all that stuff and help get this thing off the ground.
At says you are so inspirational, Pete.
Well, thank you.
At Panda Baronet
Hey,
5574 says said hi.
Hi, Panda Baronet.
Our district says that's pretty cool.
It is
At Edwards
cool.
Fireman says, well, I'm gonna head to bed now. Bye, guys. It was great tuning in.
All right, Edwards Fireman, you get to bed. You go night-night. I think it's probably getting kind of late on the East Coast. It is 8:23. I was going to try. Wait, what time did I start? I was going to start early today, but I had so much stuff going on.
At Dom's Lawn Care says, yes, he is inspirational.
Thanks, Dom's Lawn Care. Yeah, and then of course I started and
At Soul 4925 says, Pete, have you thought about learning to play chess? Would be fun to watch you eventually beat people that can see.
Oh man, I used to be a huge chess player. I was like really into chess. I talked about this a little bit last week. I used to be a competitive sailor, and I would travel around from yacht club to yacht club, or boat club to boat club, or lake to lake, or ocean to ocean, wherever there was a race. And in between races, I would always be looking for someone to play in chess. I mean, at that time, I could at least look on the chessboard and see where everything was. I mean, I'm sure I could try and redevelop my memory to, once someone tells me that they've moved their rook to a certain part, I could memorize it. But I feel like, I mean, that would obviously be really hard. But yeah, I was like addicted to chess. I had a best friend, Dan Popolo, I used to hang out with, he lived in the town next to me when I grew up, and he was another sailor. We took sailing classes together, and when we hung out, I think we were probably like 13 years old or something like that. Literally all we did was like played chess against each other. A couple of giant nerds we were, but I loved it. I absolutely loved chess. We'd sail during the day and play each other in chess all the time every time we hung out. But yeah, I used to do that a lot. I go through phases, take up different things, different hobbies,
Positive
different
Energy
challenges
says, I think
throughout my
there are
life.
boards that announce moves, and I know some boards move pieces back if the move is no valid.
Yeah, probably. It's not something that I'm dying to do again right now. I'm not sure if I need to get into chessing. As I've started to describe, I don't really have a lot of free time these days. Banana might appreciate if I don't start taking up other hobbies, because, she might like to see me every once in a while. At some point. It was like a maniacal
Our
laugh
district
because
says, I remember a movie about a person who was blind and was really good at chess. Great movie.
I'm not
Positive
sure.
Energy says, fair lol.
Oh, whatever. Positive
Dinuts
energy.
19 says, is this the goat I found years ago and now have come back on?
Did I say whatever? I meant to say what's up, positive energy. I think I said whatever. Yes, this if you're speaking of me as the goat that you found years ago, I didn't go anywhere though. I've been here this whole time. You guys went away. I right now I think I'm getting popular on TikTok again or something. Maybe even Instagram, because literally the first comment I get every day when I post on TikTok and Instagram is like, I used to watch you years ago, which I can't tell. I mean, it could just be factual, might just be something that they're saying that's true, but I do kind of feel like it's like you're not as cool as you used to be. I remember when I filmed with Molly Burke, and it was funny to hear her
Beacon One says, hey,
perspective.
am I allowed to raid you?
Yeah,
At Tom's
totally.
Lawn Care says, he ye banana and you are so sweet together. I'm glad that your love story is going good.
It is going
Positive
good.
energy says LMAO.
Yeah, you could totally raid me if you have some people to send over my way. What the heck? My brain is shot. It's getting very late. I was literally in the middle of a story and I don't remember what the hell I was just saying. Literally have no recollection of what I was saying like 10 seconds ago. That does not bode well for me. It's it's been a very long day though. It's been it's the day started super early today, and I was going right up until about a minute before I came online. And as soon I knew, I always got to double check everything. If you go and rewatch the beginning of this thing, I think the screen goes black for a while, and then I start panicking. I'm like running around the room like, I don't know if I'm online.
Info says you're cooler than you used to be.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's what I was saying. I was telling the story. I was telling the story. Thank you. I was telling the story about Molly. So when Molly and I filmed, I was like
Adam
at
and
the
Marsha Isle says hello.
hello, what's going on?
Positive
I was like,
energy says about people commenting, having watched you but believing it.
yeah, that's exactly. No, when Molly and I filmed together, she'd been doing this for years already, and it kind of capped out at like getting a lot of new followers, and I was in the midst of getting like between 5 and 20,000 followers a day, like 5,000 and 20,000. Like I was like skyrocketing. And I remember her saying, because she'd been doing it for such a long time, she's like, yeah, it's funny when I run into people and they're like, oh, you're Molly Burke. I used to watch you all the time. And I was like, oh my God, that's like, she took it as like kind of not insulting, but like definitely like, that's not great. Like, I used to be popular and now you've kind of forgotten about me. And I remember at the time, like not even being able to like, oh, I can't imagine like, not being popular, but you have to. And I was old enough. I should have understood. Hey, that's a raid, right? Right. I think that was a raid. Yeah. Thank you for raiding me. So you brought some people on over with you to Twitch. Let me open up my own Twitch and see if I can. So I think when someone is wrapping up their Twitch, when they're wrapping up their stream, they can bring. What do I have to do? What button do I press? Now I'm confused. Profile. No, that's not the right button. No, I don't want to edit my profile. Settings. I'm going to go over to Stream Manager. Can you guys hear this coming through my glasses? Something happened. Somebody followed me. There's an activity feed. I'm going to tap on the activity feed. Oh, I don't know. Something happened 11 minutes ago. Poochie Swy followed me. I don't know. Whatever's going on over there. I don't know. I heard an exciting noise and I got excited. Whoa. 100 what? Oh, I can open the chat. I can open the chat specifically on Twitch. I didn't know that. Somewhat. I can gift a subscription. Cool. I didn't know I could do that. Oh, this is like from the very beginning. Someone tell me that I didn't have controversial videos. I spent what's going on? 8:30 p.m. I spent the beginning telling you all about. Stop talking. I feel like having the glasses on my head during the show is just another robot that I don't need. Another robot in my head. Wait, did I kill this chat lady? I can't remember if I did. Can't remember if I killed the chat lady or if I just bored everybody to death by trying to check my phone.
MZ says, don't forget to hydrate.
I meant to bring. That's another thing I forgot. Like right before the show, it's embarrassing when someone's going to watch this on a replay. Like the show started poorly, and then I totally meant to bring my water bottle in here, and I forgot to bring my water bottle in with me. the start of the show was kind of rough, but I appreciate you guys sticking around. Oh, well, I had that open. I could have at least looked to see if anybody was, hold on, I'm going to try it again. I'm going to try it one more time. Close icon. What?
Creator dashboard. Button. Stream manager. Lip. Button. Moderation settings. Button.
Moderation settings. Moderation setup. No, I don't want to do that.
Stream creator settings. Dismiss.
Is it going to tell me how many people are here on Twitch?
Analytics.
Maybe not.
Stream manager. Go to the text and speak us in on Instagram. Go to the text and speak us in on TikTok. Go to
Hey, you can go to my...
Just chatting with 14 viewers.
Oh, there's 14 people. There we go. That only took an hour and a half for me to figure out the information. Imagine if I could just look and see stuff.
Manter 9 says A.
Imagine if that...
Beacon 1 says the smallest Twitch stream famous guy that correct?
Probably. Well, because, I came late to this.
19 says I see you're on the Pacific time zone.
I am. It's
8:30
Manter
something
9
says
here.
A.
Hey. Yeah, I mean...
YT says, hey, Pete, I'm here now.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate you showing up. Yeah, I mean...
YT says said hi.
I spent years doing shorts, tried some longs. I was on all the other platforms. Really just decided to hop on over to Twitch just a few months ago. So, yeah, I might be one of... I probably do have the... God, those sour things are just doing me in. If you had like my total number of followers, if you add YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, you add those together, I think you get about 3.5 million total followers. But then I've got like 580 people on Twitch. So yeah, that's got to be I can't imagine anybody else on Twitch having that many followers, but across other platforms. I don't know.
Dimanuts 19 says him in the central time zone over in Illinois.
Woo!
MCI4 just followed.
Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. MCI4.
At Marcus Wolf 9698 says I wish I could be a good YouTuber.
Well, I mean, there's nothing. I mean, like, it doesn't really do. There's other things to be good at. It's a hobby. It's a fun hobby. If I could choose anything in the world,
technical challenges make my day because that's what I have to deal with at work every day. Thanks
Yeah.
for showing it.
You're welcome. Text to speech it's good, but it's helpful, but it's also not the fastest way around sometimes.
Beacon 1 says I only saw your Twitch on YouTube.
You saw my Twitch on
At
YouTube.
American
Oh,
Ponytail X8D says hi Pete.
hi. What's going on? Yeah, I've been promoting Twitch on YouTube, just trying to
Nolan
filter some people over there.
5639 says IDK if this is a bad question, but how do you know when you are done wiping? At Dom's Lawn Care
Really?
says I didn't know you had Insta, but I've always had you on TikTok and YouTube.
I was about to get out of
At
here.
MR
Yes,
Man
that.
Manter 9 says MR Man.
Yes, that goofy question. Hey, that
At
can't be
Marcus
a real
Wolf
question.
9698 says I'm not good at anything.
Well, everybody's good at something. You can always find something that you're good at. Yeah, I'm on Instagram as well. I'm Blind Surfer Pete Gustin over there. I'm a donkey in terms of branding across social media. Like my actual name was taken on Instagram. So let's see, where am I Pete Gustin? I'm Pete Gustin on TikTok and Twitch at Pete Gustin. I'm Blind Surfer on YouTube. I'm Blind Surfer Pete Gustin on Facebook and Instagram. But if you type in Blind Surfer, you type in Pete Gustin, you'll find me. I remember, oh God, talk about like, I was talking about like when I first met Molly and I was like on the come up, like super popular. At that point, there was like so many fake accounts, especially on TikTok. There was like 30 or 40 accounts. People are like, blind _surfer, Pete _Gustin, Surfer Gustin, Pete Blind. And they were all just like stealing my videos and putting them up there. And it was driving me crazy. I'm like, how many fake accounts could there possibly be? That was a very annoying time because I knew that they were, people were following those accounts and they had a bunch of my videos, but then they'd put their like stupid commercials in the middle of it, be like, thanks for, watching all these videos by Surfer Blind Gustin Pete _ Now check out this commercial. Check out this commercial from Colgate. Like, it was like, oh man, they're using all my videos to promote a bunch of nonsense. Hi to you as well. I am, what time is it? It is 8:35 p.m. I usually try and do 2 hours straight, but honestly, yeah, exactly. All that.
MZI4 says Surfer Gustin, Pete Blind, your best friends. At MR Man Manter 9 says ME Man.
That's
At
true. She's talking to
CCR234
it.
says you just haven't found what you're good at yet. Doesn't mean you aren't good at
Beans
anything.
for blood. It's quite
At Beans for Blood says my tummy hurts, I ate too much pasta.
what?
Beacon
What
1
do
says
they
that's
do?
what Twitch and YouTube people do,
Beans for
unfortunately
blood.
for
That's
big
kind of like
YouTubers.
a rough sounding username right there. I think the finale of a show that Banan and I have been watching, of course she's watching, I'm listening, was like Maximum Pleasure Allowed on Apple Music. I think that came out tonight. So I will probably go microwave myself some sort of a tasty meal. You know what? You know what I have to do? Like I absolutely have to do is I have to put Petey the Penguin over there. I have to put him somewhere safe because if Steve comes in here and steals Petey the Penguin, that was the most expensive stuffed animal you could like ever imagine. By the way, because it was made just for me off of the drawings that Banana had made up for Blind Penguin soap. So I do not want Steve to rip that guy apart like at all. Let me fire off my commercial one more time and I'll come back. It's it's a 10-second commercial. Hang tight.
The Blind Surfer Show is brought to you by Blind Penguin Frothing Hand Soap. Order a mystery box, pump the nozzle, and see if you can determine the scent just by smell. When you're ready to know for sure, peel to reveal. Order today at blindpenguin.com.
Maybe you can check it out tonight. Head over to the website, blindpenguin.com. It just got launched, so it is brand new. Tomorrow I will be back. I'll be here. Petey, I don't know if there's going to be room for him on the couch. Maybe for a while. Brooks will be here as well. Banana will come in. She can tell you a little bit about the origins of my rock hopper penguin over there. Oh, hold on, I put this off to the side and I didn't mean to. Did I break the text again? I'm always breaking things on the way out. There's just so many buttons. This is true. That is me.
G says it's the dude who voiced the Autobots
It is
leader in Transformers.
But I'm about to get out of here. I always feel bad when people like just show up. Yeah.
At Crystal K Stern says,
No, that's the thing. They asked me if I wanted to like sell them to you guys, and I was like, how much? If I bought, it's like 500 of them. They can. Where else
American
would they go?
Ponytail X8D says, do all profits go to you for your business?
I don't know who Mr. Man is.
At MR Man Manter 9 says, what do you think about Mr. Man?
They told me that I could have like 1 foot tall Petey Penguins made, and it was like $70 at my cost. I'm like, so what am I supposed to sell it for? Like $90 for a stuffed animal? That sounds ludicrous. Yeah, I don't know why that person's asking where the money goes. I feel like I've been extraordinarily generous with my time, my lack of sponsorships, my refusing boatloads of ridiculous sponsorships on this channel. Over the 6 years of doing this, I've only accepted 2 sponsorships ever. And that's because I didn't feel like selling you guys crap or garbage or trying to use my platform to just push stupid products down your throat. This is a product that like I'm excited about. It's an experience. It's experiencing life the way I do, just a little bit. I think it's going to be fun. So I'm excited to share it with you guys. Hit up blindpenguin.com. I will be back tomorrow. Thanks to everybody. I feel like we had a lot of like consistent chatters tonight. Crystal's been there since the beginning. Thanks, Beans for Blood. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody.
Beans for Blood says, yeah, man, you're genuinely great.
What? Well,
at CHCKNMR
that's nice.
says, don't
I like
sweat it,
to
Pete. We're happy
log
even if we
some.
only see you for a few. At
Oh,
Don's Lawn
thank
Care
you.
says, thank you for giving up some of
That's
your day
Anthony.
to share your amazing life and story with us.
Let
You're
me
one
find-
amazing
oh man,
guy.
a
One
new
love.
person.
At William Phillips
Hold on.
M50
Oh
says,
yeah,
suck
thanks for the
Pete.
raid.
Beacon 1 says, no problem, thanks for letting me raid.
Awesome. All right,
At
so
CHCKNMR says, also am a Penguin fan, so excited
the most
to see it.
complicated way you could possibly
At
imagine.
MR Man Manter 9 says, how do
Bye.
you set
All
up
right,
a
I'm gonna
live
let you
stream?
guys chat amongst each other for
At
a
American
minute or two
Ponytail
while I go
X8D
shut
says,
everything
bye,
off.
Pete.
Hi, but bye as well. What did I do with my iPhone? I lost my
At
iPhone.
Jude
Oh, it's
Rogers
already in my
F7J
pocket.
says,
All right.
hi.
Well, I'll be back tomorrow.
At Krog 1320 and says, dang it, joined just for it to end lol. At Soul 4925
Thank you. Thank you for
says,
understanding.
thank you for
All right,
not
you guys
filling
can
your
chat amongst
stream with
yourselves. I'm going to go end
nonsense
this thing.
products. Have a
Thank you,
good night.
everybody. Hey, bye.
At Uncle Gritty says, howdy Pete. At Beans for Blood says, bye. At Susie RQ3 Fo says, I like